Do you admit that?
Well, they're
In the Genesis 2 example.
in the case of husband and wife.
Husband and
becoming
wife,
one.
yes.
But notice, we know they are two persons.
Precisely.
So when it says they become one,
We know
it's in the sense of union.
All right, so
But
the
now
Bible
that-
then uses, so we do at least see an instance where the Bible talks about one when it does not mean singularity.
But
No,
that
do
proves,
we see that? That the Bible does, even in that one instance,
Yes.
speak about one when it means more than one. In John 17, we see
Yes.
that. Also,
the oneness of the disciples.
the oneness of the disciples.
But here's my point.
We see it also in the book of Ephesians, Ephesians 2, and verse 14, where that one is used, not in a singular sense.
But if that is going to be applied to the Godhead, it proves too much. Because then you have your Trinity as being three separate individual persons.
Trinitarians don't say separate. They say distinct but not separate.
That's exactly right. But husband and wife are two separate individuals. The 12 disciples are 12 separate individuals. So if you use that analogy, you go beyond Trinitarianism into explicit tritheism. So I don't think Trinitarians can use that. But in the case of Jesus and the doctrine of God, we have explicit statements to the contrary in Isaiah and throughout the Old Testament. Alone, by myself, none like me, none beside me.
Because there's one Yahweh.
Excluding the concept of one beside another. Now, let me give you the example of husband and wife becoming one flesh. John 14, Jesus said, you've seen the Father, you know Him. Philip says, show us the Father, we'll be satisfied. Jesus said, if you've seen me, you have seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? Now, I'm married. My wife is here in the studio. We are one flesh. But I cannot say, if you've seen me, you've seen my wife.
But your son could well say that.
No.
You know, David Bernard Jr. could well say, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father.
But there's still, no.
You take that too literally.
No, I take it as Jesus took it. For example, if we go to heaven, I think we'll all say we'll see Jesus. Trinitarians, Binitarian, Oneness will see Jesus. If we were to ask Jesus in heaven, it's so good to see you, now take me to your Father, His word is forever settled in heaven. He would have to tell us the same thing He told Philip.